Good morning. Wanting to take a few moments to talk with you again today as we continue in this time of pandemic. One of the things that's come to me is this, as you see a display here. A couple of years ago, I went to Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. And if you're aware of that city, they have a statue of Christ the Redeemer. It's about 3,000 feet in the air on top of a high mountain that overlooks the whole city. The statue itself is about 100 feet tall. And walking through Rio, those days I was there, I would always try to look up to the statue. And it was a reminder of Christ's presence really with me each day. And, after a while, I just kind of carried that in my mind that this presence, even sometimes when I can't see the statue, is there. And it was kind of a gift. So I decided that I would buy 10 statues, as you see, for one of each of the staff as I came back. And when I got home, I opened my suitcase and I thought I had packed them pretty well, but then a few of them came out like this. The hands or the arms were broken. And I thought, I can't give them to my staff. They're all kind of busted up. Some were whole yet. So they've been sitting in my house and I've been kind of wondering what to do with them, but I think it's time probably to give them to the staff, whatever shape they're in, because this pandemic is, it's like we can't touch the hands of Christ. He has no hands here, and we feel like that he can't touch us. But he can, can't he? And maybe these statues right now, maybe that's a good time to carry a broken Christ, because he suffers with us, I believe, too. So I was reading Archbishop Hebda's letter to people, and I think what he's saying here is so very important for us to hear. And so I want to just read a paragraph out of here. He just gave this, published this a couple of days ago. He says, amidst the pain that we experience, I remain convinced that the restrictions that have been placed on public masses and the administration of some sacraments are consistent with our faith. The gospel calls us to respect and defend the lives of our families, neighbors, and especially the most vulnerable. This sometimes requires sacrificing our own desires for their good. There is no greater love than to lay down your lives for your friends, Jesus said the night before he died. How could we as his disciples receive the sacraments without thought or care for the safety of others? The Eucharist is a representation of Jesus' own sacrifice, and he commands us to follow his example by making sacrifices in how we live out our faith and enter into the church's sacramental life. As I have done, you also must do. By God's grace, such sacrifices seem to be benefiting our community. Minnesota's hospitals and healthcare providers have so far been able to keep up with the number of people needing life-saving medical care. Even so, public health officials say the precautions being taken must continue for the immediate future. We, the Church, stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters all over our country and around the world as we together strive to overcome this public health crisis. I think he says well that state that we're in right now. We want to be close to Christ, and we want the sacraments, but at this time, it's probably better that we don't. We make that sacrifice. And it's a reminder that even as the Christ image feels broken for us, we know his presence is with us each day. We pray here at St. John's for the presence of Christ in your lives. Thank you.